Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Illinois' governor stops in Rockford to tout his Illinois Family Relief Plan. He says it would provide immediate relief to local residents.
RFD is a Dubai-based carrier's latest cargo destination in the U.S. Its freighter flights are now landing in Rockford.
Winnebago County will host hundreds of cyclists for an international event this summer. Rockford's one of just 5 U.S. destinations to host the cycling marathon. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says he wants to provide relief for Rockford families.
Pritzker spoke at the Discovery Center Museum in Rockford today. Rachel Perry was there and joins us now with more on the Illinois Family Relief Plan. Rachel?
Mimi and Eric, in the plan, Pritzker says he wants to address property tax rebates for families, the Illinois tax on gas, and the state's tax on groceries, saying inflation rose faster than expected to 7.5% in January.
I'm very hopeful that those numbers will come down, but in the meantime, we should do everything we can to support families.
As part of his proposed 2023 budget, Governor J.B. Pritzker says he wants to soften the financial impact of taxes on Rockford families.
It's called the Illinois Family Relief Plan, and it starts with immediate property tax relief, up to $300 back to nearly 2 million Illinois taxpayers. And that's money that can go toward family outings in downtown Rockford, bringing your family right here to the Discovery Center.
Pritzker says the plan would also freeze the planned increase on the gas tax and the state's tax on groceries. State Representatives Maurice West and Dave Vella backed the governor's plans.
For all the naysayers who say we're just doing this because it's an election year, we're doing this because there's a surplus. We're doing this because our fiscal health is getting stronger.
This is not about politics. This is about taking care of the state of Illinois and hopefully taking care of the state line.
By the numbers, Pritzker claims his plan will save Illinois families $970 million. Critics say the tax breaks only serve as a temporary fix to a bigger problem. Supporters say the breaks will make a big impact in Rockford.
Working families. Gas tax is obviously a killer. Buying groceries is expensive. This is going to help with that.
Allowed to where individuals do not need to decide whether they have heat or they eat.
We're working to help residents make ends meet when they need it most.
Pritzker also saying the freeze on the gas tax will not impact any infrastructure plans in Illinois. Eric?
Thanks, Rachel. During the governor's visit, protesters gathered outside the Discovery Center Museum. About 20 people showed up and held signs supporting Pritzker's Republican challengers and calling for an end to masks in Illinois schools. The governor says masks are the reason kids have been able to learn in person this school year, and he doesn't want to risk going back to remote learning until doctors tell him it's safe to go maskless.
We have to give it a little bit more time. And very importantly, we have to just make sure we're going to actually hit the numbers that we hope to hit. We also need to keep a tool in our toolbox for later if, for goodness sakes, I hope it doesn't happen, but if there's some other variant.
Yesterday, the governor announced indoor mask mandates at most businesses across the state would be lifted by the end of this month.
Police in Canada are threatening mass arrests if protesters continue to clog the border. Protesters have been set up at the border crossing for 13 days. They're demanding an end to mask and vaccine mandates. At least 23 people in Ottawa have been arrested, and more could be coming. Blocked traffic has led to factory shutdowns on both sides of the border. About 50 trucks are waiting to cross the border at Alberta. Hundreds of millions of dollars of products have been held back at the bridge between Ontario and Detroit. The Department of Homeland Security is warning law enforcement about similar truck driver protests happening in the U.S. They say those disruptions could affect the Super Bowl on Sunday and the State of the Union address on March 1st. The convoy plans to travel from California to Washington, D.C.
Censured Republican Representative Adam Kinzinger compares the current state of the country to playground politics.
Yeah, good plan. Thanks.
But protecting our future isn't about scoring a single run or winning a single game. It's about maintaining the integrity of our sacred sandlot.
The Lawmakers' latest social media video was filmed on the set of the Sandlot film. He hopes viewers will realize the impact the current political climate is having on children, create unity, and inspire others to put our country first. Kinzinger is not running for re-election.
2 men are arrested after a string of late-night armed robberies in Rockford. The first incident happened around 11:30 yesterday at the Phillips 66 gas station on Sandy Hollow. Investigators say a man entered the store and held an employee at gunpoint. The suspect took off with some cash in a white SUV. A couple minutes later, police say the man stole money and cigarettes from the Circle K on Broadway. Officers chased, then arrested John Tucker and Jason Teves. The stolen items and a loaded gun were found in the men's car. They each face multiple charges. The family of a murdered Rockford teenager is closer to justice. A Winnebago County jury has found Dontarius Barnett guilty of first-degree murder. Investigators say Barnett shot and killed 16-year-old Jamie Rogers in an alley off Kent Street in June of 2017. The murder remained unsolved for nearly 3 years until witnesses spoke up. Barnett is due back in court March 25th. If convicted, he could spend 85 years behind bars.
Rockford's airport continues to fly circles around the competition. The facility is now partnered with Emirates Sky Cargo. The Dubai-based giant is already flying 2 kinds of Boeing freight aircraft into Rockford. RFD leaders say Emory did most of the heavy lifting to make the deal come through. Emirates decided to partner with the Rockford Airport when representatives saw how fast RFD is growing.
We were operating out of hangars and so on, but they could see the work that was going on and what was happening, and made a decision. This place is worth it, working towards. And then we just spent months and months and months working at it.
Emirates Sky Cargo has a global network of more than 140 destinations.
Illinois launches a new tool to help high school seniors find the right college. Illinois Post-Secondary Profiles will allow students and parents to gather information on colleges and universities. The customizable tool shows levels of equity, cost, and credentials. The app can be downloaded on any laptop or device. Find more information using the My State Line app.
Winnebago County will be the setting of an international cycling race this summer. About 1,000 athletes will zoom across our local streets during the Gran Fondo New York Marathon. It's a 75-mile stretch winding through Rockford, South Beloit, Pecatonica, and other towns. Race is not only an opportunity for cyclists to get some action, but it could also mean big bucks for Rockford.
We've got a long history in hosting soccer and softball and all of those events, which are great for us and for our economy and our tourism. But a cycling event of the first kind, we're excited to see what other opportunities will come.
You can find registration information for that event on mystateline.com. Lawmakers could soon see some changes to their investment portfolios.
After the break, the stock market could be off limits to those in power.
Our high temperature today made it to 34 degrees. That was very early this morning. We've spent most of the day in the upper 20s. We've got some snow to time out for tonight and kind of a drop in our temperatures beginning tomorrow. Find out how long that drop continues coming up here in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Congress is considering a handful of bills that would ban members of Congress from trading individual stocks.
One bill in the Senate would fine the amount of their entire salary if they get caught. Rashad Hudson explains as he keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
Georgia Senator John Ossoff wants to make stock trading by lawmakers a thing of the past.
It's common sense members of Congress should not be playing the stock market.
Ossoff says some members of Congress are using privileged information to get rich.
With members of Congress trading medical stocks after confidential briefings.
Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown supports the idea. He says Congress should work for the people, not themselves.
People don't expect their member of Congress to have those conflicts of interest, and we've got to make sure that we remove that temptation.
Missouri Senator Josh Hawley is leading similar efforts on the Republican side.
I just think the idea that members of Congress are spending their time trading individual stocks, and it's a distraction.
Right now, there are a handful of bills addressing the problem. Some would punish lawmakers for trading stocks with a $50,000 fine or the loss of their salary. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin wants to see lawmakers put their investments in a blind trust.
I think that that's a much more prudent way to make sure that policymakers don't have conflicts of interest.
But Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville is concerned this could hurt lawmakers' finances.
Every time we put a rule in to limit something, it just makes it that much harder. There's people up here that have a home back in their home district, they have a home here, or they're sleeping in their offices.
Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
Wasn't quite as warm as yesterday, but the sun did make an appearance today.
Hopefully you got outside to enjoy it just a bit. There is some snow on the way. Candace lets us know how much could fall coming up after the break.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, temperatures this afternoon a little cooler than where we sat yesterday. We were at 42 yesterday. Today we've spent most of our afternoon in the 20s, upper 20s, but with that westerly wind we had early on, our wind chill numbers have been in the teens. And we're starting to see a little bit more cloud cover kind of roll back in. A live look with the Mercial Skytrack camera now up in Beloit. Cloud cover tied into an area of low pressure well up to the north. The snow and the rain you see on radar actually tied into a warm front that'll be passing through after midnight tonight. Look at the temperatures and the warmth behind that. Not going to get that warm here, but we are actually going to have those numbers climb as we go through the night. So currently we're in the 20s. We'll actually rise here after about 9-10 o'clock this evening. So we're kind of at our lowest point where we are right now. Let's put this all together because there is some snow that is going to move in. Good news, it's coming in late tonight. It's only going to last for a couple of hours and will kind of likely wash away as we get a transition over to some drizzle and some rain once we get after midnight. So after about 8-9 o'clock, we'll see some of that light snow begin to work in from the northwest. That'll press through the region during that time through about midnight, 1-2 o'clock early tomorrow morning. Notice temperatures are starting to edge up and we're already starting to see that transition take place over to the southwest. As we get after midnight, temperatures will continue to climb. You get a little bit more of a mix. Now where we do have some of the snow come down, it is going to be a little bit more on the slushy side. There could be some minor accumulations with that, but our temperatures will actually be warming. Same thing with our dew point too, up above the freezing mark, even close to 40 degrees once we get into tomorrow morning. So any kind of frozen precipitation that comes down will most likely melt away as those temperatures begin to climb. But don't be surprised if in some spots you see a little bit of slush there early on. We are going to see a couple of rain showers continue before sunrise tomorrow. That'll kind of transition over to a little bit of drizzle when you wake up tomorrow morning. Temperatures are still going to be in the upper 30s at 7 o'clock. But watch what happens as we go throughout the day. We get another cold front that comes in. So while our numbers may hit the low 40s through tomorrow morning, to the north, we're already starting to see that temperature drop back. That cold front comes in between about 12 and 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Watch what happens as it does. We get another mix midday. That could again provide us with a very quick dusting of some snow. Temperatures are then going to drop as we go throughout tomorrow, late afternoon, tomorrow evening, and our wind is going to be picking up too. So it is going to feel a lot colder by tomorrow night compared to what it feels like tomorrow morning. Let's talk about the wind because it's a little breezy out there now, but that wind speed actually going to increase. First coming in from the southwest. This is midnight tonight. Winds could be gusting 35 to even 40 miles per hour. That wind direction will shift around to our west during the morning tomorrow. Still some gusts close to 25 to 30. Once we see that wind direction shift around to the northwest behind that front, 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts are possible once again. That wind will subside a little bit once we get into Friday night and then into Saturday. Wind chills are going to be another factor. Watch what happens here. This is early tomorrow afternoon. Look at our wind chills drop as that colder air comes in. The drop in temperatures also means a drop in that wind chill. We're down into the single digits by tomorrow evening, below zero by early Saturday. Some areas even 10 to maybe 15 degrees below zero, and those wind chill numbers will remain below zero as we go through Saturday afternoon. So temperatures tonight about 32 degrees at midnight and then rising. We're in the low 40s. That's for the first part of the day. We drop still down to 10 Friday night, guys, 20 on Saturday. Could be a couple of snow flurries there on Sunday. Near 30 on Monday. We've got another system that bears some watching. Could bring those temperatures up middle of the week, but then we could see a big fall behind that by the end of the week.
Well, those weekend wind chills just look brutal.
Very cold.
Candace, thanks.
Scott's in next to talk sports. Will Aaron Rodgers walk away with the NFL's MVP award tonight?
And does former Chicago Bear Devin Hester deserve a spot with pro football's immortals?
Now sports. with sports director Scott Leber.
It is one of the biggest nights of the NFL for the year. The annual NFL Honors Awards Show will be held, and the biggest award of all is the MVP honor. Aaron Rodgers is up for that. If he wins, it'll be the second year in a row he's won it and the fourth time in his career. Does he deserve it? After his performance in the playoffs against the 49ers, many people would say no. But the award was voted on before the end of at the end of the regular season before the playoffs. You can make an argument for Tom Brady. He had far more passing yards than Rodgers had. You can make a case for Rams receiver Cooper Kupp. And if you like defensive guys, T.J. Watt might be your preference. Rodgers is my choice, and I think he will win it. He was the most important player on the best team in the NFC in the regular season. I know he held the franchise hostage in the offseason. I know he was less than completely truthful with his vaccination status. But on game days and between the lines, Rodgers gave it all he had to the Packers. So yes, I believe Aaron Rodgers will be named the MVP tonight. Also during that show tonight, the Hall of Fame class for this year will be announced. Bears return man Devin Hester is eligible for the first time in his career. I've said for years now he does belong in the Hall of Fame because he was far and away the best ever at what he did. Return kickoffs and punts. And they did it on the biggest stage too, the Super Bowl, returning the opening kickoff. And there was that 108-yard return of a missed field goal. Only 4 special teamers are in the Hall of Fame, and all 4 are kickers. Many people believe special teams guys don't belong in the Hall because they're not on the field that much. I'm not one of them. Devin Hester's a Hall of Famer in my book. Catch the NFL Honors Show tonight, right here on WTVO. Starts at 8 o'clock. One last topic here. The Bucks made a move before the NBA trade deadline today. They picked up power forward Serge Ibaka in a 3-team trade. They gave up guard Dante DiVincenzo. He goes to the Kings. I like this for the Bucks. They needed another physical big body to do some dirty work inside, especially with Brook Lopez dealing with back issues. And Ibaka has a championship pedigree. He helped Fred VanVleet and the Raptors win their title. Nice move by the Bucks. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Candace will have another look at the weather in just a moment.
But first, here's a News Nation preview.
Inflation is hurting every American as the country struggles to fill jobs and prices skyrocket. Could our solution come from the border? How legal immigrants may be the answer. That's On Balance. Here's Dan Abrams.
Thanks, Leland. Tonight on Dan Abrams Live on News Nation. The Daily Show's Trevor Noah goes after Joe Rogan as his own questionable past comments resurface. Where do we draw the line with double standards in the media? That's tonight on Dan Abrams Live.
That's all coming up on the fastest growing cable news network in America. News Nation is available on any of these cable or satellite stations. You can also head to newsnation.com.
We'll watch for the snow to move in here this evening. The first WARN interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Look for some of those snow showers to come in after about 9-10 o'clock. Some slushy accumulations possible during that time, up to an inch, but it's not going to last because our temperature is warm here as we go through the night tonight, climbing into the low 40s for the first part of the day. So any wintry weather kind of transitions over to some rain and some drizzle. You'll see another mix midday, and then temperatures really fall behind another cold front tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Cooler for the weekend, but it does look like we warm up at least briefly into next week.
All right. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.